Speaking of altered states.
Hello, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I was wondering, have you ever heard of the biblical codes hidden in the Bible?
Yes. Again, going back to the idea of numerical symbols, numerical synchronicities, yes, that are reflective of collective consciousness ideas that you have buried and implanted in much of the literature that exists on your planet in a variety of ways. Do remember, as we have recently reminded another member of your species, words are vibrations. Words are resonance. They carry within them geometric and mathematical resonances that are representative of the structures of existence itself. And that's why you still retain the idea that when you speak words and when you spell words, it literally is the idea of the magical casting of spells. You still have the idea that when you use words, you are spelling. So the idea is that they have power, they have resonance. They are representative of those kinds of proportions and ratios and relationships of energy and frequencies within your reality.
So you're saying they weren't put in there by extraterrestrials by chance?
Would you like to speak up so that all may hear what you just asked about extraterrestrials implanting things in the Bible?
Yeah, right. So are you saying they weren't planted in the Bible, and they're just...
Let's put it this way. There are dialogues that happen on many levels between the consciousness of the beings on Earth and the consciousness of beings from other places, other realities, other dimensions. And in combination, sometimes there are agreements that will inspire and create certain tomes, certain books, certain lines, certain frequencies that may be representative vibrationally of those conversations and dialogues taking place in a multidimensional way. So if you want to say we're involved to some degree, yes, that's true, but that doesn't mean you're not. Does that help?
Yeah.
All of these things are reminders and wake-up calls and seeds that are planted so that one day when you become the gardeners that you are, you will water those seeds and see them bloom and rediscover what it is that you have co-created with us and other beings that you put there to remind yourselves of so that you would never forget. You have so many reminders implanted in so many places, it is really not possible for you to ultimately forget. You have left yourself breadcrumbs and road markers all along the way, and we have been happy to help along with many other beings. So it's a co-creation.
Right.
Yes?
Yes.
Does that help?
It helps, yes.
Anything else?
Yes.
Speak up.
Do we have the capability of time travel?
First of all, you have to understand that you're doing it all the time. No pun intended. The idea of time travel, however, is not exactly what you might find in some of your classic science fiction stories. Not exactly. If you understand that everything exists all at once, then all you're actually doing when it appears that you're time traveling is you're simply shifting from one parallel reality to another that may be representative of something you would call a different time frame that you would relate to linearly as the past or the future. But all those realities, all those parallel realities exist exactly all at once. And if you shift your vibration from one to the other, it may seem like you're actually going into your own past, but you're not.
So they definitely can't change the past or the future.
Let's put it this way. Let me give you a graphic illustrative analogy, if I may.
Oh, sure.
All right. Imagine you have a camera, and you have taken a picture of yourself as a child of 10 years old, yes?
Yes.
Click. There's the photo developed, and you lay it on the table, yes?
Right.
All right. Now you have grown up to 30, and you take a picture of yourself at 30. Click, and you develop the picture, and you lay it next to the picture of the child of yourself at 10, yes?
Right. Done that before.
All right. Now, at 40, you invent a time machine. And you take a picture of yourself in the time machine, click, and you lay it on the table next to the 30-year-old, next to the 10-year-old. There you are, yes?
Right.
All right. And now you decide, I'm going to go back in time, quote unquote, and I'm going to visit myself as a 10-year-old. So you go back in time with your camera, you stand next to the 10-year-old self, and you go click, and now you have a picture of the 40-year-old self and the 10-year-old self in the same photograph, yes? and you develop the photo and you lay it on the table, and what's the first thing you notice? It's a separate photograph, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not actually in the photo where you took the picture of yourself at 10. You're in another photo where you have a picture of yourself as a 40-year-old and a picture of another version of you as a 10-year-old. But it's not that 10-year-old because it's not that picture.
It must have been.
All the pictures exist side by side at the same time. That tells you exactly what the nature and structure of reality is like. If you weren't in that picture, you never can be, because that's its own moment, and it is sacrosanct as a moment, as a reality. But you can create the illusion that you're going back in time, but no, you can never actually affect the original 10-year-old picture.
Right.
Because that's its own reality. And the reality of you as a 40-year-old with a 10-year-old is another picture. It's another reality.
Okay, that makes sense. A different dimension
Yeah.
kind of thing? Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
It's great. Thank you.
Hello, Bashar.
And you, good day.
Can you tell us what happened to the Malaysian flight MH370?
Yes, I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, will I tell you? No.
Okay, can you tell us something about it?
As we have originally said, it involved what you would call a defection. Do you understand the term? A defection?
Yes.
Political defection? Seeking sanctuary?
I get
What
it.
you call asylum?
I know exactly.
All right. But shall we say, didn't go according to plan? That's all we are allowed to say. Because there will be more information on this coming up in a manner that if we tell you more now, will actually prevent a process from going forward in the way that most of you would wish it to.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Nevertheless, that's what we are allowed to say. Anything
Oh,
else?
yes. You said that everything is going to change in 2016.
I did.
Can you tell us more about it?
Nope. And that one I'm sticking to.
Okay.
However, we have already announced that there is an upcoming transmission called 2015 to 2016, the years of expansion and contraction, and in that transmission we'll be allowed to say a little bit more.
Great.
But now is not the time.
Okay.
Anything else?
Can you tell us if it's going to be like a air show of spaceships or something related
What did I
to that?
just say?
Okay.
What did I just say?
I know. I just trying to figure out a little more about it.
You go right ahead.
Oh, okay.
And don't let me stop you from asking all the questions you wish to ask, because if you ask the questions yourself, you may actually answer them.
Yeah. Okay. Can you tell me more about my relationship to the Yayo? I spoke to you last time,
Yes,
and
yes,
you
yes.
said,
We're looking. We're looking at your pattern. We're reading your energy pattern. Give us a moment. If you have not already had it, it is likely you will begin to have some kind of dream contact with a young child of the Yael that will help illuminate your relationship to that species. And what may be happening in the future when the children are delivered to live among you on your planet.
can you
All right.
tell me the name?
Nope.
How many?
You have to have the dream. And you'll only be dealing with one right now, and that's all you get. So suck it up.
Okay. Can you tell us what is the percentage of me reaching 157 years old?
At this particular moment,
Yes.
63%.
63.
At this particular moment, 57%. At this particular moment, 68%.
Hey, that's-
At this
that's
particular
good.
moment, 87%. At this
87 's
particular
good.
moment, 47%. At this
Okay.
particular moment, 33%.
All right.
Is that enough?
That's perfect.
Thank you.
All right. You said our first planet we're going to visit, it's called...
Barnard's star has a planet around it that will likely be the first place that you will practice your ability to interact with another species as their UFOs in the future.
And their planet name is Uva.
UVA.
Okay. Do they have a fruit? Do they have grapes in their planet? Or
They
something
have
related?
fruit, not exactly what you would call a grape, but something similar.
Okay. Just wondering, because in Portuguese language, grape is uva.
All right.
So I just thought there was going to be any.
Then if you wish, you can consider the entire planet one big grape. So that when you go there, it will be a grape experience for you.
Great, Bashar. I think that's
Thank you
all.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Greetings, Bashar. How are you?
And to you, good day.
Thank you. I have a question when it comes to chiropractic.
Yes.
How does reconnecting the human nervous system through chiropractic lead to a spiritual connection?
Well, again, if you have taken yourself out of alignment, you may have created within yourself a resistance to energy flow in the body. So realignment will obviously remove any kinds of blockages in that sense. That would allow for a greater flow and more alignment within the overall energy field. Yes?
Yes, thank you. As you probably know, when I glance at the sun, I receive interdimensional symbols on
Yes.
the back of my eyelids.
Yes.
How or what would be the best way to fuse those symbols in an energetic sense with chiropractic?
Well, what state do you feel you're in when you experience the symbols?
The highest state.
That state is the state from which to come in doing any kind of other work. Make sure that you are in that state. Remember, when you have an experience that to you represents great alignment with your highest frequency, in whatever form that comes, and it doesn't always have to be exactly felt the same, by the way, just as long as you believe it is representative, when you remember what that felt like, you're in that state again. The paradox is you actually have to be in the state to remember what it felt like before.
Right.
Do you understand the paradox?
Yes.
Because you cannot perceive what you're not the vibration of first. So you use memory to trick yourself into being in the state, and you think linearly it happens that if you remember a time when you were in that state, you'll be in that state again. But what's actually happening is you have to be in that state first in order to even have the memory of ever having been in it before. So that means as soon as you remember it, you've been in the state.
Gotcha.
Does that help?
That does. And how, or I guess, what is the greatest purpose for the frequencies of these symbols for not just humanity and the earth, but for the greater universe as a whole?
The greatest purpose is to allow you to be the absolute fullest expression of the unique aspect of creation that you are. Period. Because by being the fullest you can be, that is of greatest service to every other being in creation.
Awesome. And how are these symbols transmitted between different stars? As in, like, is it through portals? I guess, is there a light network created?
Telepathically. Telepathically. Vibrationally. Resonantly. You do understand that everything exists here and now, yes? It's the second law?
Yes.
Well, if everything is really here and now, when a society or an individual truly understands that, then you understand that as long as you are in some sort of resonant field that is similar to another resonant field, the issue of distance matters not. It's similar to what your physicists are now referring to as quantum entanglement. It doesn't matter how far apart two entangled particles may be. They can be light years apart. If you alter one, the other one alters automatically, no matter how far away it is.
So you're saying there's quantum entanglement between me and the sun, or me and the symbols?
Everything.
Everything.
Do you remember or are you aware of something that we once referred to in our reality called the prime radiant?
I've heard it, but I don't remember exactly what it is.
Here's the analogy. Imagine that there is an empty void, and the only thing in that void is one single particle. Yes?
Yes.
You got that?
Gotcha.
All right. Now, of course, again, this is just a metaphor. I'm not saying this is literally how it looks. But the idea is that if there is only one particle in an empty void of infinity, then there really are no laws, there really are no rules governing that single particle, because there's nothing else for it to relate to, correct?
Correct.
So it can go as fast as it wants, can't it?
Yes,
It could go at infinite speed, couldn't it?
for sure.
If it went at infinite speed, it would be everywhere at once, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And that means it would appear, from a third-party perspective, to actually be standing next to itself over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, wouldn't it?
Yes.
But it's the same particle, isn't it?
Yeah.
You might perceive it as many different particles, but it's actually the same particle, just moving so fast it can look like 2, 3, 4, 5, an infinite number of particles, can't it? Mm-hmm. Well, if you understand that that's fundamentally the way it works, then you will understand that the same one particle that makes you up, and every single atom and subatomic particle in your body up, is exactly the same particle that makes up the chair, the building, the sun, the stars, the galaxies, everything. Because you are all the same particle, even physically, in the ultimate infinite time-sharing program. Does that make sense?
That does.
Therefore, everything is actually literally one and the same thing. So if you decide that from one perspective you're going to send a message or information, then all you have to do is decide that another aspect of you, which exists at the same time in the same place, is going to receive that message, and so it is. Because you're using the entanglement of the fact that everything is made out of the same one particle. So if the one particle knows it and sends it, why wouldn't the same particle know it and receive it?
Gotcha. So
Does that help?
So I'm on the receiving end, we could say.
If you wish to think of yourself that way, yes. But you're also on the sending end.
Correct. All right.
Remember, all that is ultimately is simply interacting with itself over and over and over and over and over again as all of us and all of you and all of everything. It's just reflections of the same thing from different points of view. But nothing really goes anywhere. Space is an illusion. Time is an illusion. It's just a side effect. Everything is here and now. So the sending of a message involves actually, really, no distance unless you create the illusion that it does.
Gotcha.
Does that help?
That does. Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much.
Hello, Bashar.
I know you. Good day.
So I was wondering, what happens to people when they hurt others? Like, how do they pay for this? How is it accounted for?
It is accounted for in energy balancing. As we have said, most likely there can be consequences or effects that are experienced in the physical life, but inevitably there are the effects of every action and every choice experienced in what you would call the afterlife, because there are no longer any time-space barriers between you, in a sense, and another. So you will identify with all those who may have chosen to experience an effect of something you chose to do. And thus you will learn from it and balance from it and realize by experiencing everything the way they experienced it that that may be or may not be something that you would prefer to do again. Therefore, there is energy balancing in that recognition and in that experiencing. Does that answer your question?
Yes. And so what happens to the soul after death?
Well, many different things, anything you want. Again, we're only talking linearly here for convenience, yes? In a sense, you're already dead. Because everything exists at once. And as I said, you never really leave heaven. You just dream that you have. Nevertheless, what you generally will experience because of the way you think of these things is similar to what many people relate with regard to near-death experiences. You may experience a shift from one dimension to another, like going through a tunnel of light, but that's just a perception. It's an interpretation of the shift from one level to another. You will be greeted by those who are already in that spirit realm, family, friends, so on and so forth. You will have the life review idea that we just mentioned to some degree, in some fashion, and you will decide what to do with what you have learned, and you will move on from there in any way, shape, or form you so desire. There are many, 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 many choices. You can go on to other dimensions. You can experience the illusion of reincarnation. You can even live and continue to live the same life as if you never died. in another parallel reality version of yourself. You can become a spirit guide if you wish. You can have an experience of incarnating in an alien civilization if you wish. You can go and explore the galaxies as a spirit if you wish. It's really up to you. You can go to higher levels, higher planes, commune with the oversoul, do all sorts of things. You can even join communities in the spirit world and create whole, apparently solidly physical realities, if you wish. Because again, remember, as above, so below. And all the templates for everything you experience in physical reality already exist as a blueprint in spirit, and you can still experience those things in a very physical way if you wish to. But of course, because it's not really the same degree of physicality, in the blink of an eye, you can change everything.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, definitely.
Was that too much?
No, it,
All right.
it was just all right.
Oh, all right.
So I have another question. What is the highest vibration of spirituality, and how do we get there?
The highest vibration of spirituality?
Yeah, I might have used the words wrong. How does one achieve that highest level of spirituality where...
I already gave you the formula. You act on your highest excitement to the best of your ability with no insistence or assumption as to what the outcome ought to be. 1, 2, 3. Period. It's that simple. Because excitement, your physical body's translation of the vibrational energy of your true self, your highest vibration, often translates in your body as passion, excitement, love, creativity. So anytime you act and are willing to take action on whatever option is available to you in life at any given moment that contains even a little bit more of that excitement than any other option, and you're willing to act on it to the best of your ability, taking it as far as you can till you can take it no further, with absolutely no insistence on what you think should happen or where it should get you or how the outcome should look, you are using the correct formula to keep expanding your excitement and keep raising your frequency experience.
Okay, would meditation help?
It can, if that's what you're attracted to. You remember what we said about permission slips?
Yes.
Meditation's a permission slip. If you're
Okay.
attracted to it, you're attracted to it for a reason.
Okay.
So use it. Or when you are no longer attracted to it, use something else. It's up to you. It's completely in your hands. Utterly, totally, completely in your hands. You get to decide. You get to choose. Make a decision.
Okay, thank you so much.
Does this
Bashar.
help you?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.